Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm showing you guys a look at my current misprint collection. Right now my collection only consists of a few clone troopers, but you might be surprised at how rare some of these figures are and how much they're worth. Yes, I spent $600 on one of these. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what the misprint on these figures are, and I'm going to give you a range on their value. So I kind of have them lined up here in what I believe to be kind of least to most exciting. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this 501st Trooper here. The regular guy we all know and love, and he might look pretty normal at first, but if you do take a closer look at his helmet, you'll see that the blue stripe actually goes down onto the mouthpiece. So not a huge misprint, but you can clearly tell it's a misprint. It's at least not one of those misprints where it technically is a misprint, where the print is like slightly off, but you can like barely tell. But at least this one, you can see that blue line going onto the mouthpiece there. But this guy is definitely the least valuable in my collection. I would say this guy is no more than maybe $50 to $100, somewhere in that range. Depends on the day, depends on who's buying it. But yeah, I ended up buying both of these guys, the 501st and the Rocket Trooper, for around $120. So that does make up for itself with this Rocket Trooper here. And this guy, you can see that the print is completely slumped down his face or his helmet there. The red triangle is supposed to be much further up. I've actually just gone and grabbed a regular Rocket Trooper for comparison. And yeah, you can see that those red stripes, red lines are not supposed to be on the mouthpiece. Yeah, this guy's definitely a lot cooler, a lot more noticeable to be a misprint. But this guy, I bought in that same kind of lot with that guy over there, and I'd say this guy is a couple $100. I don't know exactly, because from what I've seen selling on eBay, at least, there hasn't really been one exactly looking like this, but there have been some similar ones with the slump face that have been sold for as much as $700, but this one isn't quite as dramatic as some of the other ones I've seen. So I'd say he's worth a couple $100, but still a very, very cool looking figure. So now we're going to go ahead and get into some of the figures that really kind of make my misprint collection here. And we'll start with this guy. This is the OG misprint here. I've had this guy since this Geonosian set came out back in like 2016. I was fortunate enough to open one of them, and with one of these guys actually inside. So this guy has a 180 print, which basically means that the print is 180 degrees around, so it's on the back side of the helmet. And this is like one of the rarest types of misprints. Is kind of like one of the coveted types, is a 180 print. So super lucky to have it on one of these guys, and especially on a figure like this, which I'm not too sure. They're not super expensive figures, but Lego's definitely never gonna make another Geonosian trooper, at least not in a high volume, like in a battle pack. You might see one of them show up in a set years and years down the line, but these guys are never going to be highly available, and especially with this older prints here. So this one is a super rare misprint to begin with, and it's even better that it's on a pretty rare figure. But I'll give you guys a better look at that misprint, because honestly, if you have the figure facing like this from far away, it really doesn't look too off. But yeah, you can clearly tell that misprint's on the other side. So the reason I had to have a value on this guy is that I did at one point, I don't know, a couple years ago, list this guy on eBay for $1,000. I didn't really want to sell him, but I wanted to see if anybody was going to pay $1,000 for him, and kind of glad they didn't, because then I'd have to give him up. But someone did offer me $700, which I declined. So I at least know that he's worth that much. But when I show you guys my next figure, and you'll see why these two figures together might be worth a lot more than these two figures separately, because I've got the Airborne Trooper, the Airborne Geonosians, but it's also got the 180 print, and I actually picked this guy up really recently for $600. So not the cheapest figure, but 180 misprints like this aren't easy to come by, and I saw this. I wasn't actively looking for this guy at all. I wasn't actively looking for misprints. Just checked one day and saw this guy on there, so it's like, oh, I need to get that before anybody else swoops it up. So paid $600 for him, and just like the Phase 2 troop, the camera will focus. This guy also has a 180 print, and once again, you know, from far away, really doesn't look too off. But yeah, you can clearly tell when you flip the figure around. This is a 180 print, and both these figures by themselves are pretty cool figures to have, obviously. But I think these guys together is really where they stand out. So, you know, they're both worth maybe $700 separately, but honestly, I believe that together they could be worth, you know, $1,500, maybe even $2,000. 180 figures are rare. Geonosian figures are pretty rare and coveted, and both of them together with 180 prints, if like together, I don't think anybody else, you know, on the planet has these two figures right here. So that's kind of my theory behind it. Sure, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I could be pretty optimistic here, not really thinking logically about it. So I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and let me know if you guys have any misprints, cool misprints, like a 180 print Geonosian troop, down in the comments as well. But that's going to about wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy me flexing my clone army on you guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.